really chuffed. Big privilege, big opportunity. So yeah, really looking forward to it. It's been great so far.
Dave Perry asked him to sort of take a step back from playing and have a role as conditioner, which he's doing a great job with that. The lads are in great shape, and so I'm really pleased with what he's done.
Going well. Lads have responded well, buying into it. They understand the importance of it as well, so it's good.
And obviously Zav, who's sadly had to retire as well from rugby, he's getting involved with strength and conditioning. They're both full-time conditioners away from the club, so that's really had a positive impact this year.
Yeah, got a bit of bad news, kind of Christmas, January last season, where kind of got told I need to stop playing immediately and need a shoulder replacement. But I think how demoralising that was, the club looked after me and said they want to keep hold of me, and as I went into physiotherapy in September to kind of further my career in that perspective, they want me to stick around and help with the rehab and the strength and conditioning side of things, so I'll have a bit of input still and be around cheering the guys on, so it's good to be still involved really.
The approach this year has been really trying to make it more professional, putting more emphasis on the guys' work, doing the work themselves as well. So it's been great having Dave in, along with Zav, running the conditioning, getting programs to the guys, which with such a with a young squad they've all bought into, and you can see that when they're on the pitch on Saturday.
Dave Perry and obviously Zav into those roles, it is important. They've been doing that now over the summer. The lads have got to used to how they work, what they expect, and so far signs are good. The players are certainly looking a lot fitter than they have in recent seasons.
And the squad are looking in good shape. Looking forward to the season.
Tuesday night, probably the biggest role I have, like with myself, Zav and Mods. We obviously have to speak with Garth, see what he's doing, see what he wants from the session. He might want the guys to do extras at the end, so that's a bit more planning. We have started to do some sprint training with the back three guys from about 6:30 to 7, but apart from that we're in the gym with the whole squad from 6 o'clock to 7, doing most of the big lifting stuff on a Tuesday because it's probably the freshest they'll be all week. Obviously a game on Saturday, they're a bit sore, but it gives them enough time to recover again for Thursday, where we do a lighter session in the gym but focus more on I suppose power aspect, so it's more preparing them for Saturday as opposed to beasting them really. So Tuesdays more big lifts in the gym, so squats, deads, big movements, working with the guys outside, maybe a bit of the fitness and after. And then obviously you've got the guys that are doing rehab at the minute, or people that can't train. Obviously if they've hurt their arm, they can still do some leg work. We're trying to kind of encourage and bring out you still come down to training if you're injured. You don't just sit at home with your feet up. You come down, you do a bit, you watch training, you chat to the lads, you're still in the atmosphere, you're still involved. So yeah.
Where's he going? No, down there. Oh, I need you here. We're going to talk about you. Come on. Well, you can swing the camera. You can swing the camera around, as you can see. Right. He's doing some drop squats, just part of a lower body blast that we put him through tonight. He's hurt his thumb. He's going to be out for a couple of weeks, so we need to do what we can with him. He can't hold any heavy weights, so we're putting him through a bit of an ass kicking leg wise. You can ask him when he's finished these 15 how it was.
Hard work, yeah.
Thanks for not swearing there, Reece.
These three hard at work, programming as always, which is good.
So they're what, prepping?
Programming for, I think is it Mani's program you're still on, yeah?
Pardon?
Mani's program that you're still on, yeah? So the rehab stuff for Mani looking at. And yeah, nobody else seems to be doing anything.
What's JP doing?
JP's doing a bit of rehab for his ankle. Zav set him up with. He just went over on Saturday, so starting off with the basic stuff, just putting a bit of pressure and weight on it. Harry's doing a bit of upper body work because he's hurt his hamstring.
One for the Queen. Wearing his Warrington top.
Don't get mad with the boots, by the way. Let's get on here. Say that again.
Ali, are you ready to move up to putting some weight on that yet? And Ben Rhodes Powers here.
Good tash.
He's just growing his tash.
Yeah.
That's it.
Keep on, keep going. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Thursdays, the only really way it differs is there's no fitness at the end of the session. Obviously, you don't want to beast the boys to like a day before the game on the Saturday. So you've gym session varies a little bit as well. So we'd take out squats. We'll do more dynamic, quicker movements, but smaller movements, so that they're not fatiguing as much. And then obviously within the session, it's more team runs. So it's kind of like a download from Tuesday. Tuesday we try and get the most out of the guys. Then Thursday's a little bit quieter, more kind of on mobility and movement and creating faster movements rather than bigger weights. So that's really the only difference.
Yeah, he shows how it's done.
Feet up a little bit more. No pressure. Feet up. Feet up. Yeah, keep your heels on there.
Range.
Oh, there we go.
Well, we can all do a better job here, anyway.
These two are kicking off. You get them in as well.
We're not kicking off.
They're saying they want recognition from you, Dave, but really, look what they're doing.
We're programming. David should we program.
And on game day, you run the warm-up and aspects of that. What's involved in that?
Starts off with Garth, Holmesy, Zav, myself all sort of sat down at the start of the season and discussed what we'd want from the warm-up. We went through it and decided that we'd have like a bit of a calm stretch to start with. So the lads are in the circles, just doing some static dynamic stretches. Then we split them into 3 groups for 3 separate drills that are designed to elevate their heart rate, get their feet moving faster, kind of switch them on really, essentially. And then from there we go into set plays for the forwards and the backs, game plays, game management, that sort of thing, just so that we refresh everything and get them knowing exactly what we want from the game. So it lasts about 25 minutes, and then from there they should be ready.
Heads up, heads up, out seat, 10 feet, 10 feet, 10 feet, 10 feet. Go 5. You're in. Yeah, out seat. Let's look, dominate. Don't watch the inside first.
Is that subject to change? Say, like we started a bit sluggish last week, let's shake it up in the warm-up. Does that happen?
We try and keep it as similar as possible, as much the same, because it's routine, so it's building a routine and it's getting habit and consistency with it. If we change the warm-up every week because of who we're playing or what we're doing, it kind of knocks the lads, maybe not physically, but psychologically it might have a bit of an effect. So we keep it as similar as we can to the week before, but we'll maybe change 1 or 2 little tiny things just to add something in or take something out that we don't really feel we need to do. But it's more just to get them their heart rate's elevated, get them switched on and ready to perform for 80 minutes.
How much crossover do you have with Mark, the physio? Are you part of the rehabilitation process for some players?
Yeah. I'll have to give a lot of credit to Zav and Mods for that. They first few months of the season they took a bigger role in the rehab side of things. So whenever I'd be out on fitness with the squad, they'd be working with the guys that were carrying knocks, strengthening them through rehab, getting them ready, as you'll see with Connor tonight, sort of putting them through his paces on a one-to-one basis. So they've done a fantastic job that side of things. He's studying physiotherapy, so he kind of wants to push in that direction, which is really good as a team for us, because he can have a little bit more input on that than I potentially maybe would, and we can bounce ideas off each other, that sort of thing. So it's good to have those two around. But yeah, quite a bit really. We're a strength and conditioning team, but we're also an injury prevention team, because we want them to be on pitch as much as they can. I'd rather sit in there and not have anybody to work with for an hour when they're supposed to be training and have everybody out fit. But obviously in rugby you don't get that, so you kind of see who comes in tonight. We've had a few guys in that have had niggles, upper body, lower body, so I've given them stuff to do, and the rehab that Mark will have told them to do, they'll do as well. So we work quite closely.
Obviously, stats go out week on week, and the players get their basically idea of how much work rate they put in the game. Is that something you guys look at? Say, if I just pick a name, Dan Madden's made 10 tackles, or as opposed to the other prop who's made 3. Is that something you'd be like, oh, is he fit? You know, that sort of thing. Yeah.
It's contributions to the game, isn't it? So if a player's made 10 tackles and 10 carries, and gained so many yards, and the player in similar positions done twice as much, you'll look at the footage and kind of wonder why. Fitness condition might be an issue, head in the game might be an issue. I don't know, there could be other factors, but yeah, we do look at them, and so far this season the guys that have put in the most work pre-season and in the gym throughout have seemed to be hitting the higher end of the stats. Ali Murray's really pushing on this year. Will Lees is crafting his ass off, he's doing well, and those are the guys that are hitting the high end stat wise, so hopefully there's a reason for that.